clean, you know.
That's called a panel-ready fridge. So you get a panel-ready fridge, you get a panel-ready dishwasher as well.
Yeah.
So your dishwasher can actually look like it's part of your doors. It's same as a fridge that can hide completely.
Yeah.
But those are special fridges that you have to buy from places.
Some Miele ones, and they cost an arm and a leg.
They cost an arm and a leg. So that is your. You can, if someone wants panel-ready appliances, you can already say that their kitchen is not going to cost anything less than $500,000. Anything less than, unless it's a small little kitchen. But with your appliances, it costs a lot. So people want islands. An island is a big cost. People want extractors. Or cooker hoods, as some people say, but extractors that's suspended from the ceiling.
Oh yeah,
those are all things that pushes up it pushes up the cost of the project, but it also pushes up the value of your house. At the end of the day, no one else has got that, or very few people has got that.
Hello, Lead Podcast family, and welcome to yet another installment of the Lead Podcast, where we are passionate about all things leadership. Now, today's leadership journey has brought me in contact with a very good friend of mine, a brother in the faith, a devoted husband, and someone who truly exemplifies the saying that the best way to a woman's heart is through an absolutely divine, stunning-looking kitchen. And this is what he does for a living, amongst his many other talents. So allow me to introduce to you today my good friend, Mr. Stclair Barnes. Hi, Saint. Welcome to the Lead Podcast.
Thank you for having me. Good to be here.
We appreciate having you here. The Lead Podcast is so passionate about leadership, as I said. And having known you for such a long time, I have been observing how you have been leading, using your God-given gifts to make an impact in your business. But before I jump the gun, just tell us about who you are. Tell us who Saint is and how your history eventually brought you to be in this city.
How much time do you have?
We've got time, brother.
Okay. I'm Stclair Barnes. I'm 45. I'm married to a beautiful wife. Her name is Terine. We have 4 kids together. I grew up in Mitchell's Plain. To 2 parents, got a brother and a sister as well. I met my wife in Cape Town while she was doing her in-service studies, and then we moved to Durban, where we married. And then in 2013, due to work, we relocated to Witbank, of all places. But it's been a move. It's been a move, moving away from the big city. I love the community. I love everything about Witbank, with its potholes and everything. And the people are beautiful. I think the people is what makes Witbank.
Now, our pastor calls it the promised land. So I don't want to go into too much of that, but being someone from Witbank, I can proudly say I also love this place, but it does have its disadvantages. But, largely it is a very beautiful place to stay in. And I'm proud to be from here, regardless of that. But you mentioned that you're from Mitchell's Plain, and I think you're very used to this by now. The moment someone hears Mitchell's Plain, the first thing they think of, obviously, is gangs, so on and so forth. So just paint a picture for us about growing up in such an environment and how, the culture there impacted you and how you managed to detach yourself away from it as well.
Mitchell's Plain is it's not much different than any other township, I would think, with the exception of the gang violence. My father, in fact, was a gang member. Did his time. He was a member of the Fancy Kids, if I remember correctly, back in the day. He still continued his antics when well into my teenage years as well.
Yeah.
It's tough growing up in just playing. You must be able to stand your ground. And a lot of the times, the youngsters, obviously, unfortunately, they fall to the bling bling of gangsterism, but they don't see the underbelly of it. My brother was unfortunate one of those, not in gangs, but the drug aspect of it. So yeah, my family has been through the mill, but my mom, she's the one who introduced me to God.
Yeah.
I remember I was away because I used to stay with my granny in Bonteheuwel until I was about 9 years old. And one weekend when she picked me up to take me home, she told me that my dad gave his heart to the Lord. I was about 9 years old. And I like, what is that? Because we never spoke about Christianity or anything of that.
Yeah.
The aunties used to play gospel and sing and stuff like that. But it was never something that was serious in my life. And at that stage, my mom said he gave his heart to the Lord. And from that day, I've never not been a Christian. I've never not been in church. I've never not wanting to serve the Lord. And I think that's what saved me because I started hanging with people with a similar value. And by the time I was 19, I moved out of the house, had an altercation with my dad because of his views and my views. And never looked back. Been a hustler ever since.
I like what you said, though, about that environment teaching you how to stand your ground.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that some of the lessons learned from those experiences have shaped you into the man that you are today. And also the fact that you managed to kind of divert away from some of the negative influences is certainly also commendable. You've highlighted how your mother was quite impactful in your upbringing and making you into the person that you are. But can you please give us an idea of other people as well who are very influential in impacting you?
In my youth.
Especially in your youth.
Especially in my youth. My youth leader, junior youth leader, a lady by the name of Sister Rose, Rose Flotman. She's late now, unfortunately. But if it wasn't for that lady, whenever she saw the youth, especially the boys, like, you look hungry, you know, and then there's a meal coming or there's something nice coming.
Yeah.
She was always joyful. She had a huge impact in my life. She made me, just by the way she was, made me wanted to not go to the streets and hang out with the boys on the street and be violent. But that violent nature was always ingrained in you growing up because that's all you saw, that's all you knew.
Sure.
But she made a huge impact. And then there was our opposite neighbor, Uncle Faisal.
Yeah.
His son, as a matter of fact, is a former Springbok player, rugby player.
Yeah.
So I used to play with one of his sons. We started playing rugby together at school level and then on to club level as well. So those are things that kept me off the street. He was a businessman. He started off selling slippers, 10-rand slippers in the place called Town Center.
Yeah.
And that was one of the first jobs that I had as a teenager, going and working for him. And it showed me that, there's a dedicated, committed husband, father, who's willing to go to the ends of the earth to make things happen. I used to see boxes and boxes in their house, just with slippers, different sizes. And then it became T-shirts, and then it became caps. And eventually he got a shop in a place called Golden Acre, which is like the center of Cape Town, the city center. So that was one of the inspirations for me to look beyond just being a worker for someone.
Yeah.
That I can actually become my own business, my own boss, basically. And there was a few of those individuals as well that I used to do work for, like during school holidays, So, but the two people that really made an impact is Auntie Rose or Sister Rose and Buddha Faisal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Uncle Faisal in Standard 7, grade 9. I didn't have school clothes. It was like a school pants or shirt, and he gave me his grey pants and gave me a track suit and stuff like that. Yeah, to wear, and I didn't fit. I had to grow into it. That.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the things that changed me, because those are things that showed me that there are people that's going to look out for you.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's the decisions that you make that's going to make the difference in your life.
Ultimately.
They lived in the same neighborhood I lived, but they didn't let that dictate what kind of individual they should be. They were the difference.
Yeah. I think that's critical, and I also admire Uncle Faisal's life story, because it also teaches us, us being a leadership podcast, that, sometimes those small, daily, consistent executions, when you do them over time, they yield such great results.
Yeah.
For a man to start in his house selling one line of items to be moving into an environment where he's now got a shop and, the business gradually grows over time, is very inspirational. And I look at your very own business, which I'm going to get into now with you, how you started and where you are going. It kind of mirrors what Uncle Faisal as well did,
Yeah, no, it's very inspirational, because he moved his family out of the neighborhood, His son still goes back. His son played for Province Rugby Club. Stormers, as a lot of people know it. And he used, whenever there was games, they would give the neighborhood kids tickets to go and watch the match, or he'll come and he'll do a street party for the neighbors and stuff like that. So they never ever forget where they came from. And I aspire to that. I haven't achieved that level as yet, but they always say inspiration to do for others, and don't ever forget where you come from.
So, saying we're a leadership podcast, and we must talk all things leadership. What is your leadership philosophy? Looking at all the influences that you've had growing up and some of your own experiences, just outline those for us.
Well, if I have to simplify it, I would say be the change you want to see.
Yeah.
Don't talk about or focus on what could have been. Try and make a difference in those around you, and that should have an impact on others around them.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, you're not living in a bubble, but you're living in a community. So if I make a change, like your podcast is making a change in someone's life who's maybe not from Witbank, but you being the change that you want to see, you making sure that the kid somewhere else gets exposure to this, not necessarily just business people, but they get to see that there's a possibility, whether they be a person operating the mic or a person operating the camera at a later stage.
Of course.
They are going to be exposed because you decided to be the change that you want to see. And that's how I live. So I don't sit back and dictate. Like you said at the start, I build kitchens for a living. And if I didn't start building it myself, it probably would never have happened. And I try to instill that in my guys as well. So when we're busy with the project, I always tell them, if I can see it, the client can see it. And so make sure that you put your best foot forward. Don't just do it because no one is seeing it or someone is watching you. If you can see it, the client can see it. So make sure you give your best at all times. And that's the philosophy that I always bring to my guys. I've had clients that come and say, we've never had people working at our property that's so joyful, not because of me, but because of them, you know, and
The pride in their work as well.
exactly. And we laugh and we joke and we get along like a house on fire. But that's not just a happening or a happenstance. I prayed for it. What is important to me is first and foremost my God. So it doesn't matter what I plan, because the Bible says many are the man's plans. But I make sure that I pray about what I want, because we've had endless battles with guys who worked with us for decades, guys who came from Durban to come and work with us, and it just didn't work because we were unevenly yoked. And I prayed, and finally God sent in the right people for me that we could empower, that we could, you know, that we could impart knowledge to these youngsters, and they take pride in what they do. We stay on the plot, so our workshop is on the plot. So you come into the workshop in the mornings, and the guys are busy sweeping without someone asking them to do it. You know, they saw it and they did it themselves because they take that pride in. So they are hopefully taking my lead.
You know, I posted something like that a few days ago about, and I asked a question. You know, are you a pilot or are you a passenger? And basically that action from your own employees signifies that there are more pilots than you have passengers. And if there are passengers, then they're definitely learning from the pilots. Because I think the beauty of being a business owner or a leader and watching people having to do something without them being instructed is kind of your life's work. Like that's where you're trying to get to, you know?
It's also me trying to let go of the reins as well, because like, we're talking about leadership. So I follow this guy, or I admire this individual, Vusi Timukwayo, and he teaches a lot, and he's got a lot of nuggets, like massive nuggets, not McDonald's nuggets. And I take a lot from him.
I got that joke later.
He teaches a lot. So he asked a question, are you a businessman? Are you an entrepreneur? Or are you just self-employed? So there's a different categories. And it never struck me until he asked that question. Like, are you, and he explained the difference between the three, businessman, or entrepreneur, and self-employed. And when he asked that question, I was self-employed. So now I'm hopefully stepping into the entrepreneurial part of it. Because I wanted to do everything myself. So his explanation was, an entrepreneur, the business is running on its own. You can step back. Yes, you still partake in certain facets of it. And if you step away for a week, the business is still going to be able to run without you. And when you come back, you can just continue as if never left. Whereas self-employed, if you step away, the doors must close. So that's where I was. And it was a shock to me. Like, okay, I'm not going to call myself an entrepreneur. I'm just going to call myself self-employed. And I worked to the point now where I can say, okay, I can instruct the guys to this. I'm not at the point where I can completely hands off, but I'm very close. So, but that's me empowering them. And I always speak into their lives as if I would want someone else to have spoken into my life, similar to what Vusi does. Encourage them, give them goals to achieve, and they do it at their own pace. I do it a lot faster. You know, they do it but no, that's another facet that I need to learn. So as much as I'm a leader, I'm also learning to be a leader or a better leader. Because sometimes when you learn something, you're learning it at your pace or in the privacy of your own home or in your own space. But when you're teaching or leading someone else, it's a completely different arena altogether, because now you're not learning, you're teaching, which means you need to allow them to learn. And that's the one thing that I'm learning at the moment, is how to lead or be a better leader.
think there's a lot of wisdom that you imparted in what you have said there. Especially now that you mentioned Vusi Tembegwayo. I know he's got a lot of nuggets, very, very informative ones.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that you've kind of gotten to a point where you've basically you're basically wanting to automate the business,
Yeah.
basically. And in so doing, you're probably going to free up some reserves now so that you can focus on other aspects of business or go into other businesses or expand your business. I think that's very important because oftentimes you might find yourself in a maze.
Yeah.
And maybe even in a rut.
Yeah.
Because you're doing something. I know I'm guilty of that. I hate repetitive work because I think the drudgery of it bores me.
Yeah.
And I become more destructive.
Must be challenged.
There must be something like a new bone that
Yeah.
I must continuously chew on.
Yeah.
So that sort of setup that you're talking about would work very nicely for a person such as myself. But I love the fact that you said it also in your profile that you spend a lot of time training and grooming people and showing people how it's done because you're never an island, as you said.
Yeah.
And the more people you can bring in, like, there's a saying that goes, a seed or a forest was once a seed.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Perhaps I'm paraphrasing it. But you might find the people that you are grooming and training now could potentially be the owners of new branches. Say, for instance, you franchise your business.
Yeah.
You already have, a base of people that you can sell the franchise to because they're already attuned to the culture and of how you do things and how you run your business.
Yeah. And that is my culture or part of my culture or that I would like to instill because as we spoke on earlier, I'm all about empowering because or leaving a legacy. So if I can't empower the people that God has blessed me with, that's under my subjection, if you will, or under my leadership. If I can't empower them, then what sort of leader am I?
Yeah.
Then I'm more a dictator than an actual leader. Our aim is obviously one day to expand the business. At the moment, we focus on custom-built kitchens or any custom-built woodwork, whether it be melamine or natural wood. We custom-built to the client's desire. But now we're trying to also streamline that aspect of it. But the one thing that I have noticed on this journey was that there's a lack of skills.
Yeah.
Especially in the carpentry industry. If you're an electrician or if you're if you're an electrician or if you're a plumber, you need a license.
Yeah.
Not so much for a carpenter. People are not going to ask you for a qualified carpenter. They're going to ask you for an experienced carpenter. And I saw that that's a massive gap.
Yeah.
Not just in Mpumalanga or not just in Witbank, but in South Africa. So my heart's always been to empower our people. So the idea behind that is we take the company that we've established, which is in woodworking, and we create a sister company that is a school that teaches practical skills as well as theoretical skills and have them qualify as a carpenter and then empower them to go to their communities and do the same. Because the one thing that I have noticed in this industry is there's no accountability. So let's say, for example, I do a kitchen. If there's an issue with the kitchen, I have to go back and fix it. That's my pride. That's my work. That's our name, Coburn Woodworks. But now the next door neighbor gets someone else who says they do carpentry as well. And then it's a hit and run job, which you see a lot. Or the quality or the standard is not. So our aim is to empower our people to be able to have the pride and have quality of standard, not just doing it for the sake of doing it and collecting a paycheck. Quality of standard and making sure that a carpenter can also have the same pride as an electrician. I've got a qualification, you understand? Because if you look at our country's state of employment at the moment, there's a lot of youngsters that doesn't have it, and a lot of people don't finish school. To work with your hands, you don't need to have a matric certificate to be able to use a ruler or use a tape measure.
Yeah. I think a lot of people actually who are good with their hands are doing very well for themselves.
Exactly. So why not streamline it? Why not, do those industry, do those things as a package, and then empower them and send them to other businesses and tell them, okay, you're looking for a individual to be an installer. There's an installer. You're looking for a cutter. There's a cutter for you. Empower them. So they've got something that no one else can take away.
Yeah,
because that's their qualification.
Yeah,
and I think that's the one thing that we are lacking in, throughout South Africa.
Yeah,
even if you're it's not just in the carpentry industry. If you're looking for a tiler, there's no one that's got that qualification, and you get people who what they call chances.
Yeah.
So my hope or my dream is to have those industries streamlined, where it's not going to take the guy 3 years to learn the skill.
Yeah.
Where he's going to do it 6 months.
Yeah.
And then you send him to do practicals with someone else for another about 6 months.
How do you blend the practical aspect now with the theoretical one?
So I actually did a few lectures for another school, also a practical school. I think Circle Way.
Yeah.
And it was a mind-funded initiative. And the theory part was fairly basic.
Yeah.
About the basic tools, hand tools and stuff like that. So the theory is not going to be that exorbitant. Our syllabus would be obviously more international based as well, so it's more recognized as well.
And NQF accredited, is there something?
Yeah, that's the hope. But there's so much of hoops for one to jump through. We've started this journey about 3 years ago, and the amount of hoops to jump through just to get someone to pay attention to what it is that you want to do is ridiculous. But once you get the setup, I believe it's smooth sailing.
Yeah.
So hopefully someone listens and opens a couple of doors for us. So there will be there should be practical classes where the students can construct something that they can take home.
Yeah,
that's theirs. Small, but then from there we can link them up with another fabricator, or a cabinet maker, and put them on a 6-month probation period where they get maybe not the full salary, but they get a salary, and then once qualified, that individual can either employ them. It's the normal situation.
And I mean, there's so much incentive for that. Government has just started the Youth Employment Service. So as employers, you do also benefit because there's certain spend that the government would kind of reimburse you, or contribute towards a person's salary. I know that there's skill development levies as well, that you can access through this whole training initiative.
But to access it,
that's an issue.
That's the issue.
Hopefully, somebody's listening to this one as well. Hey, but I know many people. I know some people have literally put down their hair dryers. To go and teach people the art of
exactly.
And people have done it even in artisanal spaces, electricians and whatnot. They've put down the equipment and started opening these artisanal schools and stuff.
And that's the goal. But I don't want to. What's the point of just teaching them and then letting them go and find their own way? As well, what if you want to learn how to become a carpenter, but you want to go do it in Ikasi? We help you do the setup. We teach you the business aspect of it as well. We teach you how to forecast and how to market and how to advertise your business and, how to do proper customer service where you go back and service the customer, not just hit and run, those kinds of things. So it's not just one aspect of empowerment, it's complete empowerment. Because for me, I was never taught business or how to run a business or the ins and outs of a business in school. It's the school of hard knocks,
The
as they
school of
say.
hard knocks, man.
So so
The
you learn on the
university of
fly.
life.
You learn on the fly. So what I've then done is I've tried to rub shoulders with successful business people, so I can learn from them. The one as my dad taught me one thing as like always steal with your eye. So in other words, with any kid as well, they don't do as you say; they see what you do.
Yeah.
And that's how I've basically learned, like from the Temukwayos, from the Boysons, successful business people. How do they do it? So now I've run that maze, but why should everyone else behind me do the same? Why can't I just show them the shortest way? Why? We spearheaded it, so we've done the work, so now we just need to make it easier for everyone else behind us. And that way,
one of the most valuable rules of leadership is that it's not about you. You might think you're in that position now and you're doing very well for yourself, but it's not about you.
It's not about me.
You've been privileged to be put in this position where you are impacting not only your life, your family's life, but there's so many other people through your example. And that's why we bring people of your caliber even to this podcast, because it's a reminder, even though we don't say it expressly to you, it's not about you. There's a young saint out there who's looking at this, who's watching this episode, who's watching your life story, and they need to get inspired. They need to know that there is a way, out of gang culture, out of whatever social ills, you can rise above it and you can become the next leader of tomorrow. Now, I'm gonna cut you there, Saint, because I think we've spoken on this issue for quite a bit now, without going into what your business is about. We've established that you do a lot of cabinetry. Specifically in the kitchen space, but what else? Give us an idea of what Coban Woodwork does.
What Coban Woodwork does? Okay, everything custom. We've made Captain America beds, double bunk beds. We've made photo booths, magazine boxes, anything you can think of. If it's made out of wood, we've done it.
Sorry to come in. I wish we had asked you to come with a sample. I don't know how we missed this one, but anyway, please continue.
Even cutting boards, charcuterie boards. What's this? The bed, Montessori beds. Custom built cabinetry in your bedroom. Walk-in closets. We've basically. We cover every aspect of it. How Coban started, and this is why we are so diverse and not just focusing on one aspect, was because, like I told you, a friend of mine said that we could with woodwork, and I couldn't decide which part of woodworking I liked more. I liked the sawdust glitter aspect of it, being covered in it daily. But then there was a need for kitchen cabinetry as well. There are some big established companies in Witbank, but I thought, why not step into it? Because I do see there is a need for what we have to offer. And so I diversified. I said I wanted to do the hardwood, but I also want to do the kitchens. And that's what I've done. But hopefully in the near future, we're going to streamline it more to one direction and have the hardwood as a separate section or branch.
Before you continue, now you said something initially about the type of wood. Melamine or
melamine. That's your post form tops. What your normal what your normal kitchen cupboards would be made of. So you get.
Is that like a composite? Because it looks
a composite.
Like it's,
So it's
like wood that's packed.
It's pressed wood. So you get melamine and you get MDF. So your MDF is what they normally use to spray, or they use it as a wrap. So if you see a kitchen door that's got like a pattern on it, that's generally MDF, and that's going to be a wrap door. And then your melamine is your normal white melamine, but
Yeah.
you get it in such a vast variety of colors nowadays. I think every year they take off a few colors and they add a new color to it, a new range of colors. So it's fairly vast what you can do with it. In fact, PG Bison, so one of our suppliers, they just came out with a new range where normally the pressed wood is this natural wood color on the inside, but it's flakes.
Yeah.
So now they've developed a way to dye the wood black. So when you're cutting on it, or you use a CNC on it, you'll see on a whiteboard, you'll see the inside will be black. So it will almost be like a feature. And then that's also one thing that we do as well. We do a custom CNC work. We've got a CNC
what does
router.
CNC stand for?
I don't know what the CNC stands for. But
Remember, we're the uneducated. We want to level with you.
It's like it's a computer operated router.
Okay.
So, but you have to change your bit for whichever application it is that you want. So, if you see a piece of wood that's got fancy engraved writing on it, or a fancy cutout in it, very detailed. That's what a CNC does. So you program it on your PC and you feed it to your CNC, and the router does the rest. But you have to obviously change the bits. So that's one machine that we've got. That we work, but we don't use it that often. But hopefully with this new range, we will be using that more often because. It's going to be a game changer. Yeah.
So now I like technology a lot. So I can imagine now you talking about things being programmed and whatnot. Walk me through the process of building someone's kitchen. I'm a client now and I tell you I want a kitchen.
Okay.
What must happen?
So
I see one of our technical guys is getting very animated, so I think he's definitely going to call you for your services. Yeah.
So how it works is we do an initial consult to see what it is that the client wants. On the consult, we'll do a measurement of the area. Let's say you want your kitchen done, and we'll take the layout of the kitchen. In other words, what's your wall length and your floor to ceiling height, where your water points are, where your electrical points are. We take all of that into consideration, and then we do a 3D rendering of the layout of how the kitchen might look. So if you don't like where a certain cupboard is, you can then change it on the software.
And this is computer-aided design.
That's computer-aided,
Okay.
So it's a 3D rendering that we do for our clients free of charge, whether they accept our quote or not. It's just something that we offer our clients, and I think that's one thing that sets us apart. Because we always want them to walk away with something, whether it's positive, God willing, never negative. So then the 3D rendering happens. You then decide, okay, you're happy with the design. Now we go into color schemes, and your finishes are on your handles, your drawer runners. If you want a post form top, or if you want Caesar stone or granite, and your tiles, where's that gonna go? And your electrical points. Once that is accepted, then from there, now we can work on a quotation. So it's a time-yes process. It's not once off. And I always tell the client that it's a kitchen that you're not going to be doing every 5 years. You're going to do this once every 10, 15 years, if that. And who knows, you might do this one and move into the next house. The person that's living there is never going to change that kitchen. So take your time, do it the way that you want it done, and enjoy the process. And it takes long. A general kitchen renovation takes about 6 weeks. It's about 2 weeks for demolition, sorting out your pipe work, and the layout, the tiling that needs to go in. And then obviously in the interim, the client needs to pick their sink. Some people want stone sinks, some people want stainless steel sinks.
Yeah.
And then while that is happening, your cutting list is made, and that takes about a week for the list to get cut.
Yeah.
Once it's on site, it takes us about a week and a half to get all your carcasses together and your drawers constructed and put it into place. And then I think by week 4, your doors go on, your hinges, your handles go on. We also do custom lighting if the client is interested, which I always recommend because it's nice for features as well. Once that is done, then we always leave another week or so for snags. Like client says, okay, this drawer face is not nice. Or it's not. Sometimes someone scratches it, so now you need to replace the panel. So we always leave a week for that as well. So 6 weeks.
Sure. And I'm sure you try your best to obviously stick to that time frame. Because I can imagine, I mean, you are in someone's kitchen.
Yeah.
This is the heart of any household, you know. And no one wants to be in a house where there's constant drilling and
I'll tell you, by week 3, you could see the fatigue on the client's face. I'll tell you, you can see the fatigue. Like, just I had enough of this. So we always, if it's possible, tell him, just do it in a time where you know you're going to go away.
Let's do this.
Then we think, you know, you don't need to be here.
Actually, humor us, you know, tell us some of the funniest stories or some of the weirdest things you've seen happen in your line of business, you know?
We had a client who wanted us to complete a kitchen strip. Well, we achieved it. It's not so funny, but we achieved it. I think it was something like 60 squares. It was floor tiles, stripped the ceiling, stripped the walls to the plugs, electrical work, plumbing. And they wanted all of that done and the kitchen constructed within a week. We achieved the demolition, the ceilings and the lights and the plugs and everything was in place within the week, but not the kitchen cupboards. So you get some weird requests, unreasonable requests.
I mean, this should certainly fall into that category because naturally you would want to manage the expectations. Come on a week.
Needless to say, it still took the full 6 weeks.
I can imagine.
It still took the full 6 weeks, but it was one of the best kitchens that we've done. It was top notch, top notch, And I'd like to say I pride myself in the work that we do. We try to deliver the top 1% quality in Blood Bank, which not a lot of people can say. We're very meticulous with what we do. We've been blessed with a host of excellent clients. A lot of them become like friends. Unfortunately, not all of them, but a lot of them become like friends. That's. I think it's a journey. It's not like you're going to Checkers and you're picking out a coffee off the shelf. You know, that's not. Or you're going to Boulders and you're going buy that flat pack. This is custom build. This is yours. There's nothing like this anywhere else in the world. You are one of. So I always encourage the clients, enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey.
I'm going to put you on the spot now. But please decline if you want to quantify us. On average, how much an ordinary kitchen would be?
It ranges. It ranges. And the range is fairly big. So we always tell clients there's the entry level, right? And then there's the mid range, and then there's the high-end range. So the
sorry to interject. I'm sure it's probably driven by also quality of materials.
Quality and the finishes of the material. So you get your pin, which is your standard finish. If you go to Boulders and you feel that cupboard, that's your pin, that's your entry level. Then you get to your high-end level or mid-range level, which is your gloss and your special colors. Right? And then you get to your top end, which is your matte or super textured or super gloss. So the super textured can cost anywhere from 2,500 a sheet to 9,500 a sheet. So your kitchen can range. I think the cheapest kitchen we've done, which is a small kitchen, wasn't that big. So in one of the complexes, I think was in the range of 25,000.
Yeah.
And they can go up to 750,000. But I haven't done one like that. Hopefully, maybe someone is listening.
Yeah. Give us some perspective, though. Give us some.
I think
you talk about a sheet. So how big
a sheet? A sheet is 1.8 by 2.4. So yeah, and mind you, the most expensive sheet, I said it was a 9.5. That's actually smaller than your standard sheet.
Yeah,
it's simply because it's water resistant.
Oh,
yeah. So it's not going to swell like your normal post foam or your melamine. It's water resistant, but it's excessively expensive.
Yeah,
that sheets go into your top billing houses.
Yeah.
Award-winning houses. So it's at this moment it's above our pay grade.
Hopefully someone is listening there, but I know I've seen some very nice kitchens as well.
Yeah,
where, people are doing the whole built-in thing.
Yeah,
you think you're opening a cabinet, but you're actually opening someone's fridge.
Yeah,
because you don't know where the fridge is. Like it just looks like part of everything is so seamless, so clean.
Yeah, that's called a panel-ready fridge. So you get a panel-ready fridge, you get a panel-ready dishwasher as well.
Yeah.
So your dishwasher can actually look like it's part of your doors. It's same as your fridge. It can hide completely.
Yeah.
But those are special fridges that you have to buy from
I've
places.
Seen some Miele ones, and they cost an arm and a leg.
They cost an arm and a leg. So that is your. You can, if someone wants panel ready appliances, you can already say that their kitchen is not going to cost anything less than $500,000. Anything less than, unless it's a small little kitchen. But with your appliances, it costs a lot. So people want islands. An island is a big cost. People want extractors. Or cooker hoods, as some people say, but extractors that's suspended from the ceiling.
Oh yeah,
those are all things that pushes up it pushes up the cost of the project, but it also pushes up the value of your house. At the end of the day,
true.
No one else has got that, or very few people has got that.
I mean, I've seen. Is it Hobbs, the cooker hoods, that just emerge from the island, and this thing literally just goes up?
Now they've got an extractor that's what they call it a built-in extractor. So
I think that's the one.
It's actually built on your counter. So instead of sucking the air up, it sucks the air down into your extractor, which is mounted in your cupboard.
But does it deploy out? Because I remember the one I saw, literally this thing just deployed out of the the surface.
There's also units that mount under your granite or Caesar stone. You don't see the stove, but the owner knows it's there. So you just run your hand over it, so it's touch sensitive, and then you can warm your plate on top of your granite. So there's no stove there. If you like, where's the stove?
That is crazy, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of technology. A lot of technology.
I know there's a guy called Enes Yilmaz. He's an estate agent that's based out of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And some of the design cues that you see from these houses are probably in the region of $30 million US.
You see?
Where a door is, the concept of a door is reimagined. You're thinking a door is something that swivels, open and close, but there you've got a door that literally disappears through the wall.
Into the wall.
Like when you open the door, you actually, it's something that it's right in front of your eyes, but you could never think of.
You can't think
because your idea of a door is something that swings open, but this guy literally opens his door.
Yeah.
And it disappears into the
into,
wall,
into the wall, the pocket wall doors.
That is insane.
So there's cupboard sets like that as well. It's called pocketed doors, where you've got a lot of people like their coffee stations, especially the coffee stops.
Yeah.
So it's a closed cupboard. If you open it, it actually slides into the side of the cupboard. Then you can see your coffee station. So it's not exposed if you have visitors, or you don't want everyone just to see what your coffee station looks like. So it closes. So the pocketed doors is also nice as well. But again, extremely costly. Pocketed door set can cost you anywhere from about 7.5 upwards. Yeah, there's stuff like ladders. It's ridiculously expensive, but it's extremely nice to have, because, like I said, it's a once-off.
And it drives your property price up. I mean, even estate agents will tell you that a kitchen is easily one of the decisive parts of a house.
And the lifespan of a kitchen is about 15 years. Yeah, it should be updated. If it's older than 15 years, it's outdated.
Yeah. Sure. We're running out of time. I've got a few more questions for you. Where do you see yourself and your business 20 years, 10 years from now?
10 years from now. I'm retired.
Yeah.
10 years from now, the aim is, God willing, franchising.
Yeah.
What's close to my heart is that school.
Yeah.
Because I'm for the community. We all come from there, from the community. So my hope is that one day people will recognize the name Coburn Woodworks as being for the community, not just taking from them, but actually empowering the youth of tomorrow. Leaving a legacy. So hopefully, in the next 10 years, that will all have come to fruition.
I sincerely hope so. Another thing that I observed about your business and you as a man is how the thread of family runs right through everything that you do. And it seems to be just as strong in your business as well. Talk to us about the importance and the benefits that you've seen of having your family involved. And perhaps even the disadvantages as well, if they do exist. I hope I'm not going to get you into trouble with your wife.
A lot of disadvantages. My wife and I love my wife to bits. Couldn't have asked for a better partner. I don't say it to her that often, but we fight a lot. But it's not personal. It's to achieve a goal. There's better ways of getting to the goal. We disagree a lot. Let's put it that way. Not fight a lot, disagree a lot. There's better ways of getting to that solution. But at the end of the day, we know what the goal is, what the end game is. For me, family is extremely important. I've always had that desire. My upbringing was very, very, I would say weird, but for lack of a better word, was weird. But I've always had the desire to have a close-knit family, and my wife has been the same as. So from day one, when we moved here, we've got pictures of my youngest son playing in clarinet on TLBs, on banks, sandbanks, in cardboard boxes. Helping her with while she was 9 months pregnant with my daughter, stock taking. So it's always been family orientated. I don't see it working any other way.
Yeah.
It's hard on the family at times, but when it's hard for all of us.
Yeah.
And when we celebrate, we all celebrate. So that is the importance for me, is to keep that together. Because if I'm not doing it for them and they are not doing it for me, then why are we doing it? You're just doing it for the sake of money.
Yeah.
For me, it's about leaving a legacy for their future, because I know where I come from, and I know that I don't want them to be there.
Yeah.
Or go there. And I don't want to go back there. So I'm all about building not just for myself, but for my family. And that goes hand in hand with community, because everyone wins at the end of the day. There's just no losers. It's a very naive way of looking at it for a lot of people, but I don't see any other way than doing it that way. Because if you're just gonna pillage, take from the community what you want and run, it's pillaging. How do you expect to grow? What impact are you leaving?
Yeah.
I want to leave an impact.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to leave an impact, a good legacy.
Now, practically, I'm inviting you to make that impact on this platform right now. And I want to allude to what I said earlier. There is a young Stclair out there who is watching this, who is inspired, who's motivated by, the glories and also the sufferings that you've endured in your leadership journey. And they've already put you on this pedestal, indirectly or directly, without your knowledge. Maybe to your kids now, as you all know, when they do watch this episode. But this episode, I think, is immaterial for your kids because your kids see you leading on a daily basis. But to those people who don't have access to you, have placed you on this pedestal, what would you say to that young Stclair out there?
Don't do it.
Yeah.
No. Look, what would I say to that young Stclair? That's tough. Stay close to God. That's tough. That's lonely. You get ostracized. You get judged. But it's tough and it's worth it. And if it's a desire that was placed in your heart, it's desire that was placed in your heart by God. And God doesn't make mistakes.
Yeah.
You either pick up that banner or you don't.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Like I've had family that ostracized myself and my family. That when it's low, it's low. And then there's no one to turn to but your family. And that's why I say it's important that if you suffer together, you're going to know what it is to celebrate together. You're going to appreciate what they have. If you keep the suffering away from them, then they're not going to know what the celebration is about. Because the celebration is not just going to be about spending money. It's going to be about rejoicing. God has, because if I tell you, there's times where you just want to throw up, or there's times that you don't know what's going to happen next week, and God just comes through. So if you do decide to pick up a banner such as this, to start a business, whether it's in carpentry or electrical work, it's going to be a fight every step of the way.
Yeah.
But as long as you stick close to your family, as long as you stick close to God first, family, you stick to those principles.
Yeah.
I guarantee you're always going to have someone that's got your back. You're always going to have someone that's going to support you through it. Your family's going to support you through it. Your God will never let you down.
Yeah.
Christ will never let you down. It might seem as if, but the one message that I got recently is like, just because it's a disappointment, it doesn't mean that it's a failure.
Yeah.
It just means that's just not in your chapter.
Yeah. Sure.
It's just, that was not for you. That's just not for you. You just need to accept it and know that it's not your will, but it's God's will. Because at the end of the day, if you leave it in His hands, when you start, why do you want to take it away from Him when you're in it? So, yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. My last question did center around the spiritual aspect of your person, but I think this closing statement, the last few aspects of the closing statement encapsulated that so well. Thank you so much for coming to this platform. I have the pleasure of knowing you personally, and I can attest, looking at your life, how you have lived a godly life. You've lived a life of a man who's dedicated to his family, to his kids, and to his work as well. And at the risk of being biased, I think this is easily one of the most biased podcasts I've done, because we try our best to bring people that we do not know so much, but we've identified. But I can safely say that you are an example of what leadership should be. And I want to encourage you to continue on this journey, especially for that young person. You know, I keep emphasizing this. It's not about us.
Yeah, it's not about us.
It's not about Coban. It's not about Saint. It's not about, us as people who are in the work, but we have been placed in a field. And our work is to harvest and speak to people who need to get this message, because it could be the difference between political instability and stability. Politically, it could be a difference between poverty and abundance. It could be the difference even between being a first world country and being a third world country. Someone needs to know that it's possible. And with your example, you have definitely showed that to us. So thank you so much for coming onto this platform. I'm going to give you the platform. I know you're chomping at the bit there to say you lost.
I was just going to say thank you for having me. It's been an honor.
Yeah.
It's first, hopefully not the last.
Yeah. Indeed.
And what you're doing it is inspiring. It's definitely inspiring.
Yeah.
And I just pray that leadership must focus on being the difference that they want to see, being the change that they want to see. Let's not focus on the past. Let's focus on the future. Let's focus on what we can be for the next person, what they can do, how you can impact their lives, rather than just lining our own pockets or living for self-gain. So what you're doing is inspiring, because what you are inspiring better people and myself take up that role. So kudos.
Thank you so much. And it's not a pretty thing. I'm sure you can also attest to that. It's never pretty, but we do it because of the love. We'll sit in studios and you'll have things falling on top of you. Suddenly your studio just disintegrates in front of you. Guys, leadership is never a pretty thing. It never looks beautiful. There's always going to be those niggles, but eventually we get things done for the love. And we just execute daily and trust that God will meet us, at the point where we need Him. So thank you so much. Thank you for coming, Saint. Thank you, Lead Podcast family, for tuning in to yet another episode of the Lead Podcast. We strive to demonstrate to you that leadership is something that is still here in our society. It's sorely lacking in certain aspects. And maybe that's why our society is the way it is. But we believe that through these sort of initiatives, we can bring these leaders who can impact our country, our world for the better to you on this platform, so that you can join us, all of us, in building a country, a world that we want to see. So with that being said, we love you. We'll see you again on the next installment. Please do take care. Goodbye.